Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. We've broken the 11 cents with Vechain, and now it is time to really fly. What an incredible, exciting show I have for you today in regards to Vechain and all the things that are happening at the moment in the marketplace. But let's kick off with this, right? So another 2,000 accounts have been added, right? 2,000 accounts. I love what Samurai did here, like light work. Like it is growing so fast. And you can see here yesterday how many accounts there were, and today how many accounts there are. So an extra 2,000 wallets, Vechain wallets have been opened. We got V4 Burn up 41.14%. And it is just a pleasure, to finally see all the hype and all the expectations that Vechain has to start to come to fruition. And I know that we got a long way to go to even get back to where we were. I'm not saying that, we're not even back to where we were mid-April, but it is exciting to see for those of you that have been accumulating, believing, and buying the dips that, already, from 5 cents to 11 is already a nice win out there in the marketplace. And that's what I love about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and everything that's going on in this industry right now. It's so disruptive. There are so many cool things happening, and it's just a pleasure to be with you every night. Now, Vechain does target a 1 billion market as VET price contemplates a 22% ascent. And so, FX Street are a little bit late to the party. We mentioned this yesterday, but it just goes to show when you get your news from news sources, they tend to be late. And, these guys are a day late in providing this particular news. Not to mention that, like back then, they were talking about, we're going to go back to 9 and then go up. And, none of this occurred, right? So that's the risk that you take by only getting your news from one place, right? And that's the only reason why I'm showing you this. It's got nothing to do with today's show. But make sure that you're always getting multiple sources from information, myself included, right? I don't get it right. I don't expect to get it right all the time. And what I do expect, though, is for you to always do your own homework, regardless of what I say, and no matter how much proof I have or what I found today, make sure you do. Now, VET has formed a golden cross between the daily 7 moving average and the daily 200 moving average. The previous time this occurred, it had a 482% price rise, and we're there, right? We are right in the thick of it, and so it is so exciting to see this move come, and we can't wait, right? Because we're moving towards breaking the previous all-time high, and then continue to move forward towards the elusive $1 mark, which will be very monumental. Now, as we move forward, and as we look now about what sort of moves we can make and how it's going to go, we'll look at the indicators and then we'll look at some charts around that. But the key thing was breaking the 11, right? So we've broken the 11 cents, which was important. And once we broke out of it, we sustained it for quite a bit. And now, at the moment, at the time of making this, we are above 11, but we almost touched the 12 cents as well. So we're sitting in a very, very nice spot at the moment from a price action point of view. And when we look at where we're going to next, and this wave 5 that is coming, it is so exciting to see the moves that we're about to make. And now also, you're gonna expect to see this more often. On the Lunar Crush top 10 trending, we've got Vechain 4, VET, number 1 at the moment. From a Lunar Crush point of view. And that is, I believe, from a Lunar Crush, from a social media point of view, from a shareability point of view, from a trending point of view, I think Vechain happens to be one of those which is going to be very shareable. Lots of people are going to talk about it. There's going to be so many different industries, so many different sectors that are going to talk about it. And there is a correlation between the social media following, the social media hype, and its price action as well. So also all cryptocurrencies, of course, the more popular they are, the more of a following they have, and therefore that does impact things. And I think from a shareability point of view, the Vechain product, the Vechain blockchain, the Vechain partnerships that it has is very shareable, and that in itself is important metric to measure, not just charts, not just things like this, right? But when I look at this, I have a big smile on my face. Because we got so much to go, just even to get to 28 from where we are right now. But then, all of this coming up in the next, in the coming, well, could be in the coming weeks, right? Well, we're going to move pretty quickly towards that 28 cents. And it's exciting, to see this evolve and take place. Now, what I do like is I really, really like this, right? So when we look at innovation, when we look at blockchain, when we look at where VET stands out there in the marketplace, and not just from a vaccine point of view, right? Forget about whether you're pro or against. This is not the topic for that. But we're talking about innovation, right? We're talking about old versus Vechain. We're talking about traceability. We're talking about accuracy. We're talking about longevity, country to country, nation to nation, food, ingredients. We're talking about real estate, wills, estates. It's just so many industries that this blockchain will touch. It is phenomenal. And we don't talk about other topics, but we are talking about purely the technology. And again, that's where the growth, the accounts are going to continue to grow. We're going to see mass media mentions, and it is all about to, really kick off this particular VeChain party. Let's have a look inside of Tiny. Let's have a look at some of the indicators. All right, so we're kicking off with the daily. And when we look at the daily, right, so we can see here a couple of things, right? So we're almost at the top of the Bollinger Band. We are above the 200 MA. The BACD is screaming bullish, and we are sitting with an RSI into the overbought. So this is normal because we've had a lot of momentum. When we look at the hourly, right, we can start to see a little bit of a different story, obviously, because we were in major overbought zone, and so from an hourly perspective, we've been coming down, right, because we were almost at 12, and then we're slowly coming back down, but not by much. But of course, what goes up must come down. And that's partly because, we were outside of the Bollinger Band. We're now back inside the Bollinger Band on the 4 hour. On the 12 hour, we're also, towards the top, right? I mean, right at the top of the RSI, MACD in bullish as well. So when you see a huge spike in pricing, obviously you're going to have a little bit of a pullback, and then it continues the momentum. So that's probably what we understand from the indicators today. When I look at those indicators and I look at what's been happening, and I look at also the other coins as well and what's been going on, so expect a little bit of a pullback, and then we go again. Exactly what happened on the Sunday night to Monday. Pull back a little bit, and then we slingshot again. Let's have a look at some drawings though, and what can they tell us? All right, so we kick off with this one today, from a chart, from a drawings point of view, and this is with the versus Bitcoin, right? So this is a versus Bitcoin. So we can see this kind of action take place now. We're going to go up, then we're going to come down a little bit, then go up again, then go down a little bit, and then go up and up and up and up, and that there will be a very, very, very exciting movement coming through, and that's a lot of volume that is going to be coming through. But we are set, we're ready, we've broken out, we've tested it, we've tested the break. It is a full break, and now we're going to be moving very, very, very quickly. Now, what does that look like? That looks like a 30 cents move. So from here to 30 cents, the initial one, and then we're going to go swing down a little bit, and then come back up, and then that will take us towards 50 cents, 60 cents. And then when we do that, then the next part, we're going to come back down again, and then we're gonna go off into the $1 mark. Now, of course, it is exciting. We do have to keep our heads. We're gonna keep our feet on the ground. It is exciting. We have broken out. We're getting lots and lots of indicators that this will be a very nice move, a great move towards 30 cents. Then go out into uncharted territory and move to next levels. So from that point of view, it does make it very, very exciting. But as always, we have to be prepared, and we got to look at things on a daily basis. And if you're a long-term holder, simply hold. If you're new to the game, make sure you do your homework and make sure that where does it sit in your portfolio. And as always, don't overstretch, don't do more than you need to, and just be mindful of that, right? Because it is so easy to see price action move, to see prices move, and to chase green candles. Never chase green candles. If you chase green candles, you get wrecked, and we don't want you to do that. So from a VeChain point of view, it is exciting. It is moving. We're finally broken out of the 11. And I think from here, we'll have a little bit of a pull, and then we will continue our rise, our momentum. as we go through August, September, October, November, and December. So for Australia, we're going to have an amazing summer. And for Europe, America, it's going to be an amazing winter for you guys. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.